Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Janmadyasya yatonvayaditratas Chartha subhijya swarat Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikavaye Muhyanti Yat Surayah Tejo Varimridam Yatha Vinimayo Yatra Trisargo Mrisha Dhamna Svena Sada Nirasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dhimahi Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet Swasti astu vishwasya khalah prasidatam Dhyayantu bhutani shivam mitho dhiya Manascha bhadram bhajata dadhokshaje Avishyatam no matirapyahetuki. Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, chapter 33, verse number 16. So this is continuation of description of Rāsa-līlā. Krishna is dancing with the gopis and gopis dancing with Krishna. So we read how the principal gopis were dancing, singing various ragas, swarjati, tal, everything. And then the devas coming and the adhidevas of the musical instruments coming and playing. So then he spoke in general, first about the specific gopis and then in general for all of them. So he continues, Evam parishvanga karabhimarsha snigdhekshanuddama vilasa hasaihi Reme Ramesho Vraj Sundari Bhir Yatharbhakah Swapratibimba Vibhramaha. So in this way, Ramesha, the master of Rama or Lakshmi, he Ramesho, he enjoyed Vraj Sundari Bhir, he enjoyed with the Vraj Sundari, the gopis. How he enjoyed, he says, Parishvanga Karabhimarsha Snigdha Ikshana Uddama Vilasa Hasai. So by embracing them, by caressing them, touching with his hands, looking at them affectionately, and Uddama Vilasa, all other activities, and Hasa, the smiling, laughing, joking, looking at each other. So in this way he enjoyed. And then it is described that Swapratibimba Vibhramaha Arbhako Yatha. Just like a child may play with his own pratibimba or shadow. So sometimes children play that in the light, make with the hands some various shapes, or run this way, make faces, or you go in front of the mirror and then you do that. Sometimes monkeys do that. Give them a mirror, they get a little confused. And the bird keeps unpacking on the mirror. So it's their own shadow and they play. So here the gopis are not like shadow, but they are Krishna's own potency. That is the idea.
Excuse me, Bapaji, I think it is reflection is a better word than shadow.
Both work.
Both work? Okay.
And actually both don't work here. Vishwanath Chakravarti will refute. So basically they are not like shadow, because shadow or reflection are lifeless. and they move exactly the way you move, but the gopis were not like that. The idea here is that they are his energy, just like your shadow or your reflection is not independent of you. That is the main point, not exactly shadow or reflection. So just as shadow or reflection is not independent of you, like that the gopis are not independent, means they are his own Shakti. So as it is said in Brahma Samhita, that they are his own potencies, tabhireva kalabhi. So kala means his energies. So Ananda Chinmaya Ras Pratibhavitavi Tabhireva Nij Rupa Taya Kalami. So Nij Rupa Taya Kalami. So they are his kala and they are his own form, his own expansions. They are expansion of his Antaranga Shakti. So he is playing with his own Shakti. That is the main point to be understood here. So it is again to indicate, because as soon as we hear this, then idea comes in our own mind, as we enjoy in material world or materialistic people enjoy, then he is also doing that. So again and again he reminds, that's why he brings the word Yogeshwara so many times, or Ishvara or Bhagavan. So basically Swasvakti Bhi Vibhrama, he is playing with his own Shaktis. So that's why he is Swarata, as Bhāgavatam says. Swarata means Svenaiva Rajate. So he shines by his own potency, which here are his own devotees. So these devotees are also not coming from elsewhere, but all manifestation of his Shakti. So this is how Bhagavan enjoys Atma Ramopi. Although he is Atma Rama, but then if he is enjoying, that does not mean that he is lacking something in himself, but he enjoys with his own Shakti, power, potency. And then second point is that this is all Sahityic style, the way Sahitya describes Lakshana Grantha, and this is the Lakshya Grantha. So Lakshana Granthas are those where definitions are given, and Lakshya is where definitions are applied. So here all those definitions are being applied, especially in Madhurya relationship. So that's another thing, these things are being described. Evam rasa nrityangaireva krishnasya sambhoga gani api nirvittani itya. So he says that in this way, by the various limbs of rasa and dancing, his sambhoga anga, the various limbs which include union of Nayak and Nayika, they also became completed. And that's the hint here. Pariswangama alinganam. Pariswanga means embracing. Ekekaya saha yugmam yugma nritya. So he was dancing with each gopi like a couple. So ekekaya saha yugma nritya, he embraced. So that's why there was one Krishna with one gopi. So karena abhimarsha sparsha, so touching them or caressing them with his own hand. Sacha nritya gati samaptau svadakshin karena priya vama vakshoje talanyas rupa. So he is going more in description. He says this is that he was touching them at the end of particular part of dance. Then with his right hand he will touch the left breast of the gopi like a tal, like you give the beat. So like that he was giving beat, because dancing happens according to the beat. right? Without bead there is no dancing. So he was given tal like that. Snidha ikshana rahasyangesu saprem avlokam, and affectionate looks he was looking at their bodily limbs, private parts of the body, and uddama vilasa paritoshika pradhanam iva chumbanadi. And uddam means great enjoyment. So it says as a paritoshika means as a award or gift, he was kissing them. Hasas tat prapti anantaram mukhollasa, and then after that he would smile at them. Parihaso vatai, or he was joking with them, because has is also of various type. So there is parihas, has, upahas, attahas. So various types are there. So it signifies different way of smiling, laughing, loud laughing, joking, making fun also, because they are enjoying. Then Ramesha Ramayam Lakshmi Aishwaryam Prakatiyan Vrajsundribhi Sah Remena tu Ramya. So the word Ramesha is also significant here. Rama means Lakshmi. So although he is called here as the Lord of Lakshmi Devi, so this is to signify that Lord of Lakshmi Devi was dancing with the gopis, means not with Lakshmi, because Narayana does not dance with Lakshmi Devi. So therefore gopis' position is superior, because Ramesha is dancing with them, not with Rama. And Ramesha being Ishvara, he also has Aishwarya. So this Aishwarya of dancing was manifest here with gopis, not along with Lakshmi. Yatha arbhako mugdhas tathaiva tasu premadhitatvan mogdhyam eva dadhan natu ramayam aishwaryam ityartha. So he is described here like a child. So as a child may be very much absorbed in playing, like that he was infatuated by the gopis, which means he was under the control of their love. So this mogdhya, mugdhata, is like infatuation because of the love. So natu ramayam, so he did not act like this with Lakshmi, Aishwaryam ityartha. Now a question may be raised, nanu paraha sahasrabhi stabhi katham eka sareme. So now he says that there were thousands and thousands of gopis. So how is that he enjoyed alone with them? So then he says, swasya pratibimbam pratiswarupam eva bibhramo vilaso yasya. So he says that he is doing his play, he is enjoying with his pratibimba, which he says is pratiswarupam eva. They are his own swarupa, and therefore it is possible. If they were with some different from him, then it will be different, but if it is his own swarupa, then there is no problem. So padarsha atapta tapsam avitripta drisha nirnam adaya antardhadyastu swabimbam lokalochanam ityatra bimba shabdena yatha swarupam uchyate tathaivatrapi ekekaya priyasah ekek swarupo reme. So he said, just as in this sloka from Bhāgavatam, the word bimba means his swarupa, his form. So then pratibimba also refers to his form only here. So with each gopi he had one form. And because each gopi has a separate mood, so then these forms also had corresponding mood with those gopis. Their two divisions of Dakshina Gopis and Vama Gopis. So accordingly he will also act with them. So that is also the meaning of Pratibimba. तथैवत्रापि एक-एकया प्रयासः एक-एक स्वरूपो रमे. So with each gopi he had one form. तासां लादिनी शक्तित्वेन स्वरूप भूतत्वात्. So there also his Swarup Bhut Shakti means part of his own Swarupa, because they are all manifestation of his Ladini Shakti. Swaprati Chavitva Anauchityat Vyakhyantaram Naishtam. So to explain it like his reflection, he says is not proper. It's not desirable here. So it should not be explained like that. तदंग संग प्रमुदा कुलेन्द्रियः केशान्दुकूलं कुचपट्टिकां वा नाञ्जय प्रतिव्योढुमलं व्रजस्त्रियो विस्त्रस्तमालाभरणा कुरुद्वः. So Sukadeva Goswami says that, O Parikshit, by the touch of his bodily limbs, the senses of the gopis were very much excited, which means that they were not in their own control, and their hair, their upper cloth, the cloth covering their breast, this all got disabled. Nanjay pratibodhumalam rajastriya vistrasta mala bharna kurudva. So they were not able to maintain them. They all became disabled, and their garlands, their ornaments all got displaced. So that's how deeply they were absorbed and excited by the contact of Krishna's bodily limbs. In other words, they were not in their own self. So tatascha ततश्च भगवद विलासैर आनंद विवलः बभूः इत्याह. So then it is described that because of playing and enjoying with Krishna, the gopis became completely agitated, excited, overwhelmed by the happiness which they experienced from their play with Krishna. That is being described here. So prakrishta mut ananda staya akulendriya. Their senses were highly excited because of excessive happiness. Pramuda. So says prakrishta mut akulendriya. Mut also pramod. They are all synonyms in our course. So Kuchapattika Kanchulikam. Kuchapattika here refers to the bodies. Prativyodhum vyodhum nalam na samartha. So they were not able to keep their dress in the place because of excitement, dancing, singing. In other words, they were not properly dressed. As people go out, then they dress nicely. They were not like that anymore. Krishna vikriditam viksha mumuhu khechara striyaha kamardita shashankancha sagano vishmito bhavat. So now he describes the effect on other people who were present or watching this, what happened to them. Because not everybody was able to watch everything, but some things they were seeing. So he says, seeing this play of Krishna, the women in the sky got bewildered. They became overpowered by the feeling of love. And also the moon, he was also very much surprised along with all his associates, the stars or nakshatras. So moon is a nakshatra, nakshatranam aham sashi. So nakshiyate iti nakshatra. So which are there all the time. So he is Vishmita Abhavat. He has never seen anything like that. Vismit also means when you are in a great surprise, what happens? All your activities stop. Right? Just like what they call jaw dropping. So the jaw of moon dropped, which means he got stunned. So he was not able to move. And so were the other luminaries in the sky. That's why it remained night. As it will be described later on, that this became a long night. Because how the day will come? They have to move. So they didn't want to move. They got transfixed. Who wants to move? So the moon did not move, and if the moon is not moving, the sun is not coming. So therefore, it remained night, and they were just watching this. And Krishna was thinking, what is this? Morning is not coming. He didn't want. So he stopped everything. So that is also Vismit. Smith also means laughing, smiling. Vismit means special smile. Right? Dropping your jaw. It's too much of smile. So no, Vismit does not mean smiling. Vismit only means something very amazing. So there is no commentary of Vishwanath Chakravarti on this. I don't know why he did not say anything. No, there are a few lines here. So Kamardita Krishna Vishakena Kamena Pidita. So these ladies who were also seeing in the sky, already it was described that they were completely absorbed, and their dresses were getting loose. So now they were overpowered by the feeling of love for Krishna. So Krishna Vishakena Kamena Pidita. Because Krishna is Kamdev also. So Kamardita iti pathe. So there are two readings. One is Kamarditaha, plural, and one is Kamarditaha, singular. So if it is plural, then it will apply to the women in the sky, the wives of the Devas. If it is singular, then to whom will it apply? To the moon. So the moon also became agitated. Because moon is also related with love, When people talk of love, they also talk of moonlight. Right? So he is also related with Kamdev. So therefore he says that if it is Kamardita, then Shashanko Krishna Malokya Stri Bhavam Prapta. That the moon, he also attained the mood of a woman by seeing Krishna. He got into Manjari Bhav. Right? Otherwise he is a male. But he forgot his maleship. He got into the female mood by seeing Krishna, because in relationship with Krishna, he could not remain as a male when he is going around with all these females. So there are some, what they call as the monkey neurons or ape neurons? In the modern science, modern psychology, they have done research that in human brain there are neurons which imitate other person's behavior, and monkeys have a lot of them. That's why monkeys imitate more than anyone else. But human beings, because they have come from monkeys, isn't it? That's what science says. So that's why they also have this aping mentality. They even use this ape as a verb, right? He's aping. So Moon also started aping the gopis, because there were so many gopis, he was seeing so many gopis. So he also felt like a woman. He forgot that he is man. So Stri Bhavam Prapta, this is what he says. Krishna Vishakena Kamena Piditasya. So he became also disturbed, overwhelmed by the feeling of love towards Krishna. Braj Sundari Gatranam Tadvilasanam cha Yog Maya eva Purus Drishti Pratyavanam Purvam Vyakyatam eva. So why is that he was attracted to Krishna and not to the gopis? Because one will say he is male, and if he is getting feeling, he should get for gopis. So he says no, because the bodies of the Vraj Sundaris and their activities, they were covered for all the males who were watching. They could not see. They only saw Krishna dancing. So whether they saw one or many, you don't know, but maybe they saw only him alone dancing. They are wondering why is he dancing alone. So that's why their attraction was only to him, because there were no gopis for them. Only the ladies were able to see the gopis and not the men. So therefore he says, Kamardetaha is in relationship with Krishna. Kritva tavantam atmanam yavatir gopayoshitaha reme sa bhagavan stabhir atma ramo pililaya. So manifesting as many forms, as many gopis were there. So Bhagavan, although he is Atma Rama, he enjoyed with them. So again Sukadeva Goswami is being very careful. Repeatedly he brings the words Bhagavan, Atma Rama, all this in his description. Many times he has brought, and still Parikshit Maharaj will ask question even after this. So his Bhagavan means he is complete in himself, he has all his opulence, and he is Atma Rama, so he has no need for anything, he is enjoyed in himself. So now of course Atma Ramo api Lilaya, in one sense is saying that although he is fully satisfied in himself, he enjoyed with gopis, or he is Atma Rama because gopis are also his Atma. So he is enjoying with them. Therefore Atma Ramo api Lilaya. And this is his Lila, means he is not under the influence of any karma or any kama. Avidya kam karma cannot touch him. So that's the significance. So tatasya tabhisah pratyekam kunjesu rahasya krida api abhut ityah kritva. So now he is applying this word kritva in a different sense. So already it was described that he manifested many forms earlier, right? Tasam madhyar dvayor dvayo, it was said that there was one Krishna, two gopis, which basically means as many Krishna, as many gopis, or as many gopis, as many Krishna. So why he is bringing this again here? So kritva tavantam atmanam yavatir gopiya reme sa bhagavan. So now according to Vishnu Chakravarti, that's how he takes that. It means that now Krishna, he went away with each gopi and enjoyed their company. That is the meaning which he takes. So tatas tabhi saha pratyekam kunjasu rahasya kridapi abhutityah kritva. That he also enjoyed with them in kunja alone with each gopi, because this was also their wish. They have also, these gopis were two types. There were married ones and there were unmarried ones, and the unmarried ones were the one which had prayed to Katyayani. If you remember, we studied that. So then that's where he stole their dresses. And they prayed Katyayani Mahamaye Mahayogini Adhishwari Nandagopsatam Devam Pati Me Kurute Namah. So it was their wish to have Krishna as their pati. And that time Krishna has told them, Yatabla Vrajam Sindha Maye Maram Stakshapa. That, oh girls, now you go and I will enjoy with you later on some nights. So there also Kshapaha, plural was used. That's why this one night became many nights. Bhagavan apita ratri. So the plural is being used there. So now Sukadeva Goswami wants to indicate here that Krishna fulfilled their wish. So that's the significance of Kritva Tavantam Atmanam Yavatir Gopayoshita. Yavatir Yavat Sankhaka Gopayoshito Gopavadhivo Gopakanyascha Tavantam Atmanam Tavat Sankhyam Atma Prakasham Kritva Atmaramo-piti Vyakhyata. So as many number of gopis were there, and there are two types, Gopavadhva and Gopakanya, wives of the cowherd and the daughters. So Krishna manifested that many forms, Atma Prakasham Kritva, and then he relished their company. And Atma Ramo api, says this, we have already explained earlier, the significance of the word Atma Rama and api. No need to explain that. So as he said that although I am Atma Rama, remember the commentary, but as son of Nanda Maharaj I am not Atma Rama. Although I am Apta Kama, but not Apta Kama. So as Ishvara, he is Atma Rama, as Mahavishnu, he is lying, he is not interested in anything. But as Nanda Maharaj's son, then he is not. So therefore he is enjoying with them. Tasam rati viharena shrantanam vadanani sa pramrjat karuna premna samtamena angapanina. So the gopis, they sang and danced and enjoyed for a long time. So therefore they became tired. This is also part of Sahitya. You have to become tired. It is compulsory. Otherwise the Sahityik description is incomplete. So this has to be also there. So therefore Śrīmad-Bhāgavata Goswami is describing this also. It's also described in Ujjwal Nilmani. So Tasam Rati Viharene, so because of enjoying with Krishna, the gopis, they became Shranta. is also one of the Vyabhicharis, part of Anubhavas. And Vadnani sa Pramrijat. So Krishna is very compassionate. They were tired and they were sweating so much of hard work. So Pramrijat Karunaha, Krishna, who is very compassionate, out of love, he wiped their faces with his blissful hand. Santamena Anga Panina. So he's saying that, oh my dear king, understand how compassionate and loving is Krishna. So he is taking care of the gopis, because not only that he is just wiping, but comforting them, making them feel good by his touch of his hand. His hand is called Shantama, means pleasurable or peaceful, which removes all fatigue. Just like Shantanu was there. Shantanu was father of Bhishma. So it said that people will become young by seeing him. So he is also Shantama. So tasam rati viharena, tasam ati viharena iti cha patha. So there is a rati vihara, and in some places the reading is ati vihara, too much enjoying. Both means basically same. Shrantanam iti tasam rati shrantim alakshya. So shrantanam, fatigue, means by seeing their tiredness because of their play. Then Krishna, who is Karuna, Ramanad Virato Abhut. So then when he saw that they are tired, then he stopped playing with them. Shantamena Sukhmayena. So his hand is gives pleasure, Sukhmaya. Pramrijatiti Uplakshanam. So he wiped their faces and says this is Uplakshana. Uplakshana means that it is indicative of other activities, which means Vijana, Anulepana, Pratyanga, Prasadhana, Vitika, Pradhanani, Apichakri. So he was also fanning them with his pitambar. So that's why he keeps pitambar. Pitambar is very handy. Can do many functions. Remember when he came, he was holding pitambar in his hand. If pitambar was not there, how will he show his humility? So it was very helpful. And now he is taking the pitambar and rotating it to make some wind, fanning them. There was no electric fan or AC there. There was also no hand fan. So he has to just use his cloth. So Vijana, Anulepana, he was also applying sandalwood paste to them, cool their bodies. And Pratyanga Prasadhana, he was acting like a beautician, like you go to a beauty parlor. So that is called Prasadhana in Sanskrit. What do you call salon? What? Salon. You always get confused between these two. Very cut hair. Maybe go there, they seem like same to me. So this is called prasadhana, beautician, because Krishna knows 64 arts. If you see the list, then it includes how to decorate, how to make braids, make different hairstyles, tie the hair here, up this side. Women have various ways of tying their hair. So Krishna knows that art also. Or applying ointments, all this dressing is very good. He learned that from Sandipni Muni in the Gurukula. In Gurukula training, Gurukula was practical training. So you don't need to go to beauty parlor. Husband already knows this. He has studied, so he could do this to the wife. So Krishna also knew, although he will go to Gurukula later on, but in the previous life he already has the sanskaras. So that's why he learned very quickly, only 2 months. So Vitika Pradam, he was also giving them tambula. Tambula is also called Vitika. You heard this word bidi? People smoke the bidi. This comes from this only, from Vitika. Because bidi is nothing, it's a leaf, and they put some tobacco inside and wrap it up. Tambul is also a leaf, and you put some other spices, and actually the only nice ingredient which I like in it is the gulukand. It is made from rose petals and it is sweet. So he was also supplying all this to them. And actually the main ingredient is the supari. What is it called? Katecho? Betel nut. So that's hard thing which you go on chewing for a long time like a chewing gum. That's what makes your things red. Comes from that. So this is the Vitika. From where he got this, of course Yogamaya supplies everything, whatever is needed. So this is how he took care of them. So let's do one more sloka. Gopya spurat purat kundala kuntalatvid ganda shriya sudhita hasa nirikshanena manam dadhatya rishabhasya jagu kritani punyani tatkaruruha sparsha pramodaha. So now in the previous ones it was described what Krishna was doing to the gopis. Here it is described by what gopis were doing, because they are also reciprocating in love. So Gopya Spurata Purata Kundala Kuntala Tvid Ganda Shriya. So with the beauty of their cheeks which is shining, on which they are falling the hair, and the earrings which were made of pure gold shining in their cheeks. Sudhita hasa nirikshanena manam dadate, and they were very blissful, smiling. So with their affectionate looks they honored Krishna, because Krishna was taking care of them, so they are blissful, happy, looking at him with a beautiful smile on their faces. And then Risbhasya Jagu Kritani. So what else they did? They were singing the activities of Krishna, Punyani, which are very purifying, and Tatkara Ruha Sparsha Pramoda. And they felt blissful by the touch of Krishna's nails. So this is the reciprocation which gopis did. Tatascha swadhina kantaha kanta paridhapita ratnalankara kunjebhyo niskramya milita rasotsavam samapti suchkam mangalam jagurityaha gopyati. So after that the gopis who had Krishna under their control, so they are called Swadhin Kanta. So they had been given ornaments, dresses, etc. by Krishna in the Kunja. They came out and then they all met together. So they had all gone separately and now they came back, and now they sang beautiful auspicious song which is like conclusion of Rasa dance. So therefore it says Risvasya Jagu Kritani Punyani. So Punyani Kritani Jagu, they sang together. Spurtam Swarana Kundalanam Puntalanam Chatusha Gandesu. So the golden earrings which are shining, they reflected in their cheeks, and the curly hair was also falling into their cheeks, and that is was their beauty. Sudhitena amritayetena hasa sahita nirikshana. And their looks combined with their smile, which was very nectarian. Sudhita hasa nirikshana. Because so much love was flowing from them to Krishna. So in this way they sang the pastimes, activities and qualities of Krishna. Krishna is called here as a Rishabha. Rishabha means Purushreshthasya, the best of men. Krishnasya manam adaram dadatya. This is how they honored him. Kritani tat karmani jago. So they sang. And these activities of Krishna are punyani charuni. So punya also means beautiful, or what will be here, not beautiful poetry, like you say. Beautiful can also be said for poetry. So punyani also means pious, clean, pure. So punya gandha. Prithvivyam cha Krishna says punya gandha in Bhagavad Gita. So there it means pure fragrance. Punya also means what you call piety. So here it means pure or beautiful. So that's why it says punyani charuni. Tasya kararuhanam nakhanam sparshena prakrishto modo yasanta. And they had special feeling of happiness, mod and pramod. Amod, mod, pramod, mod. It all means happiness, but some variation is there. So this was by the touch of his nails on their body. So this is how they enjoyed. We'll stop here. Any questions? It's coming to an end. Yeah.
Yes, Babaji, when you was reading this part when Krishna was adopting the mood of each gopi, it came to my mind the question if he also changed his dress according to the mood of the gopi. Just because usually we have some description of whom is Swayam Bhagavan when he has certain color of the dress, etc. But I don't know if according to the gopi he also changed that.
No, there is no change of dress.
Okay.
Could you please explain why especially the Svadhina cantas why especially the Svadhina cantas were mentioned here in the last verse in the commentary?
Because Krishna was under their control, all of them. Or because the word kanta, it is plural, it can be applied either way. If you take it for Krishna, then they are under his control. Or if you take it kanta and plural of that, means one who has kanta or lover under her control is Swadhin kanta, and plural will be Swadhin kanta. So the gopis, like you said, Swadhin Bhartrika, one of the 8 types of Nayikas. So at that particular time it was like that. Because that's why he was dressing them, he's taking care of them. So because of that he's saying.
This means that this type of reciprocation that Krishna does, he does only to these Svadhina kandas, yeah?
No, now they are all, because he did to all.
Okay.
He's referring to all of them.
I see. So then it's the second sense that you gave.
Yeah.
the one who has these lovers.
And who has Krishna under control. Swadhin Kanta Yasya Sa. Swadhin Kanta. And plural will be Swadhin Kantaha. Sattaha Swadhin Kantaha.
Because it says here Mangalam Jagur.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
saying
plural, no?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying plural. Ta Jagu. Swadhin Kantaha Jagu. Jitatma.
Pranam Swabhaji Maharaj. So my question relates to, we see again and again how there seems to be like an elevation of women when it comes to devotion or like sight that men must attain to. We see that with the moon in this area right here, and we see it with like Lord Shiva when he takes on the body of a gopi. I was wondering what it is about the nature of, perhaps we talked about it in a recent lecture and I have forgotten, but I was wondering what it was about the nature of women that men must attain to, and what it was lacking within men that hides this devotion or sight from them.
That is called feminine spirituality.
Well, I just finished Jayaji's, and I was curious if there was anything in the commentaries in this area that discussed this further.
It is not discussed here, but it is understood that when you see a prototype male and prototype female, this may not be seen now practically, but we are talking about prototype, traditional. So female has a natural softness of heart and loving nature because they become mother. So to be mother, you have to be very kind and compassionate because the child creates so many problems to you. Besides that, you have to carry the baby in the womb, but when the baby is out, he just, from man point of view, a headache. I mean, think of a man taking care of a baby. And this joke I probably told many times, that there was a man and he is in a mall doing shopping, and he has his little son in that, what is called? Stroller.
Trolley.
It's not called trolley.
In England it's trolley.
British American.
Okay. So he's going, and the child is crying, which is the nature of the child. One thing they are expert at is crying. They're born with this expertise. No one can cry like a child, Sometimes in the flight, 7-hour flight, the child goes on crying non-stop, he doesn't get tired. I've experienced it. So they have a inborn natural stamina to cry. So then, now when you are grown up, you think you are more powerful, you cannot cry like a child. You may have done it in your childhood, we have all done it, But that stamina is no more there. So he was crying. So the man was walking and he was saying, Albert, keep quiet, Albert, keep quiet. So there was a lady, and ladies are naturally attracted to the children. So she was also shopping. So she came trying to comfort the baby, and she bent down because the trolley is down, he says, and touched the baby and said, Albert, what is bothering you? So the man said, no, he's not Albert, I am Albert. So he says, I am Albert. So he was trying to control his anger, Albert, keep quiet. not comforting the child, He's comforting himself. So that is the nature of the man. So women are more tolerant, more loving, more soft, more kind, compassionate, and they can do service. It's very difficult for man to do service. You ask a man to do some service, he thinks, why is he asking me? So this is a natural tendency of, that's why it is called feminine spirituality. That means if you want to advance spiritually, you have to have the feminine mood. That's what actual real spirituality is, and that's what is being depicted here in the story
Thank
of
you, Bhagavatam.
Krishna and Radha. Because Krishna is the male, he is the only male. Male not in the sense as we think. The problem is we don't have any other words, so we have to use the words which we have, and then immediately we get conditioned by our own samskaras. That's why again and again Sukadeva Goswami is saying Atma Ramo api, Bhagavan api, Rameshe, Reme, this, that. Because he's trying to say that don't think of him as you male are or you female. Here male, female both basically have in a way that tendency of maleness. That's why it is Ardhanarishwara story, half men, half women. So it's just a matter of percentage. So is it clear?
Thank you.
Okay.
Mohini would like to know, in Tika to verse 16, Chakravartipad writes, Krishna touched the left breast with his right hand. Can you please explain in a way that it doesn't appear as mundane lusty act?
What? Explain what?
There seems to be a word missing. And so she wrote, can you please explain in a way that it doesn't appear as mundane lusty act? Maybe, can you please explain in which way? Or no, in a way that it doesn't appear as mundane lusty act.
So what is mundane? I mean, if you think mundane, then everything is mundane. Why only this specific thing? You're talking about embracing and kissing and touching, and now so touching with nail, so it is all mundane only. All the time I'm explaining that only, that Atma Ram is Bhagavan. Don't think of your own samskaras. Think how they are actually trying to please each other. That's what bhakti is. And this is the Sahityic way of explaining. I'm repeatedly saying this, that Sahitya has a way of explaining. In the Shastra, there are different types of languages which are used. I'm going to probably, if I get time, going to talk in my Hindi Gita class because I'm trying to introduce. So there is Samadhi Bhasa, there is Laukiki Bhasa, there is also Parkiya Bhasa. So this is a way of speaking or teaching. It's all pedagogy. And if you don't remember that, then everything will look mundane here, because there is nothing spiritual about it otherwise. Okay.